everybody, Colin Christianson here. We are at the Northwest Event Show, and I actually have Stuart Butler here with me, who is actually the one who puts on this entire event. It's from his mind to basically create this show. So why don't you tell us a little bit more about the history, Stuart, of kind of like the Northwest Event Show, some of the drive that you have with why you wanted to do it. We'd love to hear about that.
Well, first of all, I am the second generation, where I'm the second person to own the show. Marion Clifton actually was the founder of this show. This is the 30th rendition of the Northwest Event Show, and she passed in December. So I got engaged with the show. I've been engaged with the show for over 20 years as an exhibitor, and I'm still an exhibitor with our company. But I love this show for how it brings the industry together. And we get to see the people, not only that we work with through email most of the time,
Yeah.
and then get to see them in person. But then again, we see, so many new people and they see us and go, oh my gosh, I need to talk to you.
Yeah.
I love it.
Well, I mean, this is spectacular. We have all these interactive booths. We have amazing barbecue, ice cream, like all this different like information about the event industry leaking out. Like this is a fun place to be. So I think it's amazing. And we have 3 floors that everything is happening on, plus actually a 4th floor with all the different learning sessions that are going on. So it's not just an exhibition, it's actually like a learning session that people can attend. So it's amazing. So what kind of like growth are you looking for, and as the current state of it now, and what's the driver that you have to kind of pull this event together and keep pushing through with it?
Well, we had about 300,000 square feet activated through education, experiential hall downstairs, where we had the big booth. In fact, we had the rave pickle going on, which is rave and pickleball and an actual rave. That was incredible. And then, of course, 100,000 square feet of booth space up here. So I think the future is we have to break this show to reinvent it. And we're really looking at creating more of an experiential. I'm going to I use the term North by Northwest, which of course is already somebody owns it, but you get the idea of where we're going with it.
Yeah.
And I think what we're really doing is bringing the ecosystem of the industry together, which for us, the ecosystem is the corporate world, because that's what we exist for. We support mostly the corporate world and the experiences that they want to produce. And so that's what most of us here, live on. And then you have that the corporate, then you have the planners, which is an interesting mix. You have the meeting planners, then you have the executive assistants, you have office managers. It's there may be 1,000 different titles for a planner.
Yeah.
And whether they're planning a sales retreat or a team experience or a full conference, you have it all, right? So we can, you find businesses here that support, delight, all of that. So then the third part is the suppliers. And of course, that's what you find mostly on the exhibitor.
Yeah, one thing I've really loved about this is coming in even as like a live video production vendor. I see tons of people that I know here, and you get to network and really mingle with the people that are in the industry, as well as meet new people coming in. You can meet clients here that you can expand and grow your organization with. So I think it's just an incredible place to be. If you're in the events industry, this is like in Seattle where you want to be every year when this goes on, because there's so many connections to be made. So that's amazing. So we're really glad that like you're carrying the torch to really like bring this forward and bring everybody together. What kind of like golden nuggets have you found from putting together an event like this? What are some of the best practices that you've learned? And then also another piece to it, if you want to touch on it, is where are you planning to bring the organization beyond just that global thing? I know we've talked in past conversations even about this like big Pacific Northwest kind of show for this region of the world. And that makes sense because I see so many more localized sort of conferences happening that are like in different regions of the world, instead of just like PAX, for example. They start having like an East Coast and a West Coast, and then the European one. And so it makes sense to kind of localize some of these things that to regions and pulling it in to really network. So I know you mentioned a lot of that. So what is kind of the even future growth goals that you have in mind?
Well, I think the first thing is to break it down and examine how this show's working and and then reimagine it, because I think that the traditional show is we want something that people just go, I have got to be there.
Yeah.
I cannot miss this. And what I see, if in my ultimate vision of what I think would be super cool, would be to have, when I think about the Pacific Northwest, that is everything from Alaska to Western Canada, Washington, Oregon, Idaho, Montana. I see, kind of a full city kind of experience, right?
Yeah.
North by Northwest,
Yeah.
kind of. Um, and really, it's. I think part of that is bringing in the creative side. It's not just this part of the industry, but it's bringing in people that are part of this industry that are not traditionally thought of.
Yeah.
That's kind of that pickle rave last night, which was not your traditional, but it's pushing the boundaries. And people that got to experience are like, oh my gosh, I can't even believe that happened. Things that maybe don't go together.
Yeah.
You can put them together and see what happens. So I think there's a lot of experimentation that needs to go on, and just kind of not put boundaries on it. But my goal is, I just want to create the sandbox of people to come play in. Come bring your toys and let's see what we can do together.
Yeah. When even like the rave pickle thing, or the pickle rave, like I think I heard that pickleball was invented here, wasn't it?
It is. It was actually on I tell people that and they're like, no way. And I go, yeah, it was Bainbridge Island, and probably 40 years ago.
Yeah.
And it's just now become this. I know nationally, but I bet you it's kind of this world phenomenon, right?
Yeah,
It's just
it is.
exploding everywhere.
I go by tennis courts and I see people actually using it for pickleball nowadays, even when I'm traveling. So yeah, I think that's a cool thing. So actually it kind of makes sense that like pickleball belongs here. This is part of the Northwest.
So yeah, we're looking to get crazy and see what we can do. And I think we can, my goal is to, why not lead from the Northwest? I think you look at the Pacific Northwest, look at Seattle, and just look at the corporations that we have here. And I think there's something different about the entrepreneurship here.
Yeah.
The businesses, there's something unique about what we have here, and we want to share it with the world. And I think a lot of people this is the first year we really started getting people out of the area coming to Seattle, exploring. They're just like, are you kidding me? You have this here. They look at our city and they're just like, this is the most insane, beautiful place.
Yeah.
With Mountain Rainier in the background, Cascade Mountains on one side, Olympic on the other, Pacific, Ocean, and just this amazing city. And then you go across. I mean,
it is beautiful.
The richness we have here, and then the corporate side of it, and then the people. People are like, oh my gosh, you have the most genuine. This industry is amazing what we have, and we want to share it. We want to share it.
Tours Day. There should be a third day that's a Tours Day, and then some of the companies get to show off, like going to Rainier, or you book a tour to go here and do that kind of thing. That would be amazing.
Wait a minute. If we only had a transportation company that could do that. Oh, wait a minute. I know one.
Yeah.
That's what we do.
Why don't you touch on that, your little transportation company?
All right. Well, we, the funny thing is, I've been in this industry for, since 85. I've been in the hospitality. We started our company in 92. Of all things, we got fired.
Yeah.
So we started our own, business. And then everything we've done, it's interesting. As our company, Butler, Seattle, everything we've done has become out of disruption.
Yeah.
Getting fired, having to start a company, and then .com, and we had to change our business model. And then comes the recession of 08, 09. We start a transportation company, which is now the backbone of everything we do.
Yeah.
COVID just completely changed just in this event, what we're doing here. And so it's just every time there's a disruption, I mean, we have to change and adjust. And, the funny part is every time we do that, we only become dynamic and stronger. Yeah. And I think that has something to do with the area that we live in, and just it's really resilient. And so
yeah, change is a constant. Like, that's definitely, if you can expect anything to happen, it's change.
Well, there's a lot of it, and I think if you embrace it, because you can't fight it.
Yeah.
You have to embrace it, and you have to go with that flow and just kind of move that energy and say, what can I do next? How do I do that? And just keep, to keep driving it.
Yeah.
And, part of that is what I love about the show is it's always about people.
Mm-hmm.
Is you've got, your, what do they say? Your net worth is your network.
Yeah.
And I'm a huge believer in that. It's all about relationships. And so, your network, you've got to protect it. You've got to connect and nurture it. And look at, me and you got connected through a
Yeah.
mutual friend who I met last year. I can go back on the Northwest Event Show and count, honestly, I can count in the last 5 years, at least $1 million in networking that has, maybe 2, 3, 4 years produced opportunities.
Yeah.
And if I could ever tell a message to anyone, and that is, it's showing up.
Yeah.
You have to show up. And if you don't show up, nothing's going to happen. But when you show up, crazy things, crazy opportunities, you show up, be present, meet people, and just share and be interested in other people, crazy things happen and opportunities just come flooding your way. But you got to show up first.
I think that is a great point to end on. So if people want to get involved with the Northwest Event Show, if they want to be a sponsor, an exhibitor, if they want to buy tickets to come, how do they get involved?
Probably the best way is just to reach out to me.
Okay.
Stuart at butlerevents.com. You can also go to the Northwest Event Show, take a look at the site. You can always nweventshow.com and just explore it, contact us through that way. And we're looking forward to putting Seattle on the event map,
Great. Well, thanks for sitting down with us. I know you're slam busy, so I know you have a ton of things that you have to get back to. So thanks for taking the time to sit down with us.
Thank you, Colin.
Yep.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.